It wasn't until I saw myself bouncing around, flipping you off 6 houses, feeling so happy about it, that it finally dawned on me what I'd done is here, let me tell a really, 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 really long you're gonna die before you accept the reality story of your $28 trillion in debt. When I flew over the Grand Canyon, I had a sense that it might be a little bit old. And it was because I wasn't born yesterday. And I checked the encyclopedia because I had watched Mr. Rogers or something like that. And I happened to not forget which year I was born in, which is apparently you did. And the time stamping of 2021, we still have 6,000. What the hell? And you're all in all. And yeah, you got caught up in legend. 2005 and 2010, 6,000 did it again. Serious. In the expositors. However, in the expositors in the 60s, everything expositionally challenged, where you have a Latin exchange where you can't figure out. The theory of evolution is actually the theory of Constantine's disclosure, where you got writing from the Greeks. So again, you didn't know that for some reason, even though that's you huddling, oh, I better learn Latin, and you never did. So, mm. so I did you huddle underneath your sheets at night at 11 o'clock? Oh, when you're with the pencil flashlight, trying to figure out what Isaac Newton was saying when he was writing in his notes. Yeah, there's nothing in this thing, but when they got expelled from the Garden of Eden. Did you read that in the Prince of Fire? I read it when I was about 10 in Latin. And then the Constantine's disclosure package. Let me explain to you. Okay. Yeah, all in all, you just came out of a Neolithic bomb shelter. Schofield wrote a book. You were born on accident. The book's not this. And then this came out of a bomb shelter, idiots. And a bomb shelter during the 60s, you shouldn't have been born on either side. You had 9/11. And the old, and you had a hard time reading. And so you followed a flat earth legend because it's made up into Norway. And they didn't notate it very well that they didn't have brains back then. And well, we were pretty fucking creative, I suppose. So the Constantine package, and I need to show up on Facebook and explain to you that right here, where there's words and phrases in a book, it's probably best you hadn't been born. So that being abundantly made clear, I'll just read to you from why and explain to you that this is flat. 4000 BC doesn't go right there, and you go, unless you go like, when did you evolve writing, and then everything evolved, and then you don't have brains because you came from the 136 million. You're like close to Dover. You forgot the Alps were old when you shouldn't have been born. The Earth wasn't 6,000 years when they wrote this book. However, we were a little confused about a couple other things, as we still are now, and Yellen Hill, and it's really hard for you because this isn't Croatian. Whoa, what do they believe over there? They came from elves, and so what happened? You're $28 trillion in debt from 1929 through to the year 1859 BC. Use something like that. You shouldn't have been more, because in 1859 AD went up to then practically, you still are here on accident. You published a book, and I have the 1959 did a little bit better job not putting a date or anything in there aside from the publication when I bought it. And then what else was in here? Military record. There's some words. Publication. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have been born. I came over from Norway. A little confused right there. The lot of red letters antique mail from 1959. It's that book up there with the 1029 4004 BC beside the 1023 4004 BC, not in where it says 4000 right here doesn't fit because it's flat with the picture over there from 1859. So you're following a 4-year movement of this logic, right? You're following the entire Cold War era right in this 4-year movement of logic. Idiot Christianity, retard Pope. You're following a 4-year movement in Greek is what you're actually doing. Where the Latin didn't get, it got perfect. The English is perfect. Not in yours. English in mine is perfect. English on this internet, I keep posting. Look at what Great Apes typed. Yo, but they don't know how to read a word. And the Great Apes who came out of the zoo in the Americas are worthless. The old worthlessness of the Great Apes that coming out of the zoo, human evolution, stupidity. I'm not going to use reality to accept Grand Canyon. The placement of flat Earth. So it's sold now. And it's also an antique, the flat Earth, and the first book of Moses, flat Earth. What did it once upon a time contain in when I distributed it in the form of USSR? Do you know? I do. It's right here. You shouldn't have been born. In the beginning, then there's some words, so it's heavy in my lap. Then God remembered Noah, so I'll read it to you. And words, dove. I like that word. Returned. I like that again. And then the Bible goes to Jesus, not there on the cross, so not their cross. This, whether or not you like it, is this. Whether or not you like it, you're not. This. And Finland bounced around, and it's sad, and you let Dr. Martin Luther should go extinct, and you don't use it, and it's okay, yeah. And you grew up from Great Apes because of that. And that's why it's really boring to be me. And on the flat Earth, you kept us too long. We're done. He just came out of the Neolithic caves. I gotta go with the 9,200-year-old fossil from 1856, a 40,000-year fossil. You just grew up. You're now a scientist. Wow, you got a brain. Wow. President doesn't even know that one. Retard Mills. 40,000-year fossil over there too. 9,200-year-old fossil over there. Too hard to make sense out of a magic poofy volcano. They say it's not for real. The 500,000-year cone on the flat Earth legend that kept you over from Norway. The 500,000-year cone with fossils. We're done. Now, how long had the Australian people remained in Australia before you either mated with them, didn't tell them that you didn't give a shit that they were there, Christian? How long? Pope? How long? They've been there for 65 to 75 to 125,000 years, you pieces of shit. How long were you going to waste your lives not knowing that the Australian continent was your closure package for your church? How long were you going to waste? How many more times am I going to have to waste watching you guys typing anything, not answering any questions? You're all wastes. You're all worthless. No one in this group is worth any value. There's no one teaching jack shit. No one has a real Bible. You're all retardeds. Yet you don't have a real Bible. No one on Facebook. No one on this computer, internet thing. No one in all Earth history has ever seen a real Bible like this. Or you have. And you just didn't know what to do with that. Like get it ready for your casket. So you came out of these weird little Neolithics, get them ready for your caskets. You were born on accident. Sorry about that, kids. And there's not 6,000 usage, brush off and take your Bible out of print. And we're done. Because the Australian people told you to do that. Cult on the internet. Go turn off gotquestions.org for the Australian continent. Do it before you die and take your Bible out of print. Because why in the United States? Yes, out of print everywhere. For the Pope, he can't. Why? 2 times in recent priest raping boys. Why? You don't know his book. Why not? You're retards. Seal. You're in 1537 immediately, right now, Idiotvilles. You're in 1602. You're stationed at, I got a heavy in my lap, 1611. Stupid. You are retarded at 1666. You don't know when to just open your eyes and smell the roses, retardvilles. The Bible is nothing in it because it's an open your eyes, smell the roses, what's around you, go clean up, and your snot 6,000 years in age right below you. Kind of boring. Jesus would be legend at that. Really boring, really nice. It's a heavy in my lap. You shouldn't have been born. And it used to look like this, and you should have born on accident. And then I got it right here, and this is flat. And you did it again, but this was the 60s, and that's a good one. This was the one you can't. This is yeah, you really like that. And yeah, so you're both stupid, and the Alps cold now, and the Grand Canyon you shouldn't have been born at. The Australian people need you to die. You had a Kennewick man, 9,200-year-old fossil. You shouldn't have been born around 1856 is filled over one. You shouldn't have been born. The Pope included, and you still don't know how to read, and you still shouldn't have been born. And the Australian Aboriginal people that remain there, and you still shouldn't have been born. This is the type of thing you need to preach and do it like that. That's a good sermon. So, God and Moses spoke face to face. You shouldn't have been born a couple more times. God and Moses spoke face to face. You're a piece of shit. God and Moses spoke face to face. You're an incompetent retard. God and Moses spoke face to face. You're a stupid, incompetent retard. God and Moses spoke face to face. You weren't worthy of being born. God and Moses spoke face to face. You're a retard. God and Moses spoke face to face. You should not have been born. God and Moses spoke face to face. You stupid, incompetent retard. Shouldn't have been born, retard. We're done. Go help Colt. You've been stuck. Number 1. You retards. 4.543 billion years ago. Poof. I don't give a shit. God masturbated on the ground and got you on accident. And poof. It's a wet dream. He's currently passed out because you have that heavy in my lap. He likes heroin. He likes a good line of cocaine every once in a while too. The God, he's an albino. His name's Jehovah. You got a hard time with accepting reality, and the Australian continent doesn't need you. The I want to make up anything out of life that's like I should be have been born with it. Honestly, you're retards. You can do anything with that. Australia, collapse the Pope. Help out. Trinity College retards. Way to go, Zlatan. Nothing in the Vatican Library. They're kind of like your brains. And so we covered that. Nothing in the Vatican. Schofield did that to you in the 1537. Yeah, you're bossy, no stupid stuff. And this isn't that. And this is this. So you're fucked. And you having come from a flat earth legend into Italy from Norway and in Finland and places like that in 1859, just left you right there. Yeah, the gospel of ISVS Christ, who is Jesus, but he's Aephus, and it's better than you could think. Uh, so 6,000 years, 4,000 BC, get flipped off from the Matterhorn. It's an alternative rock. Isis, Christ prayeth for his peace in Christ. As you all will up to your ballsy, no stupid 6,000 year flatters forgot about Saint Ion. As you all will up to your ballsy flatters forgot about Christ Pertau. Oh, life is now 42. So long, thanks for all the fish. Wish Mr. Rogers would have read that one. Yeah, fuck, kids. You're all dumb to the Epiphians. Oh, we don't want to accept reality that the Grand Canyon is billions of years old in the United States. The Lao of Christ. Oh, we don't want to accept reality in the United States that in 1929 the Alps were 770 in 1929. Beat that. And he followed in 1890-ish legend. It just literally circa the 1890s. And the Hebrews literally circa the 1890s. And the Hebrews literally circa the 1890s right here. And literally in 1602, you're at circa the 1890s with your bell phones and shit like that. In the 20s is where you're at. Well, then today, you idiots let Dr. Martin Luther's small little baby catechism and let you know you're not boring. The Bible's not all into that. Really kind of boring. As you walk, Christ, no. And it went into, so, moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat into what thou findest. We're running nomenclature this out and then take it out even our sitcoms where we get the not using this. Believe that was old time. The book, 1537 it began with the evolution of the word book being a flat earth legend. It began in 1537 BOKE. It remained at 1602 BOKE. giving you everything to get flipped off to told off. The flat Earth legend includes evolution in it right here. And then in 1602 it's BOK, and then 1611 it's BOK on this internet. 1666 uses in Wisdom for Flat, the book of the generation of Jesus Christos. Griefed. Oh no, you're one. And you forgot about 4,000 and didn't know how to do math with it. In the days when John the Baptist, you forgot about 4,000 and didn't know how to do math with it. You really like being stuck, never wanting to sober Ellen. After these things, you really like getting stuck and fucked over with the 770 Alps. Went over the Sea of the Galilee. Does that help you understand how to read your book? The Our fathers did eat manna. Now you can read it. So, do not think I will accuse you of the Father, but you took me out of my block. It was flat back then. Saul, an apostle of God. We don't like the Alps anymore. Best afraid of my dog by the will of Maxwell Ioji. When I flew over the billions of years Grand Canyon, the Alps were still 770 today. Nothing changed. Promise of which I read left you like that. Wrote a letter. That was dumb. Best afraid of my dog a few more times. Best friend of my dog. You don't like him. Galatia, good place to take this out and explain how. Harkin, you're stuck. Oh, I'm gonna wait until you die. It's heavy right here. I mean, my lap is flat. Oh, is this sermon ever gonna end? Are you ever gonna wake up and vote correctly? No. The Czar said that. You never think of that. How the house? The Czar, it's all about the flat earth legend. How Yeshua the Messiah ben Yosef did that to you. Transported the Dead Sea Scrolls out of the second temple, but you never figure that one out because you know, and you'd believe anything. The Alps are 770. Underneath that, you believed everything, including that they weren't, and that you should have been born. Hope that makes you feel good about that.